Hey Gothamites, if you're new here, I'm London, aka History of the Batman. I already apologize in advance if you hear humming from the AC or something from the gardener next door. There's just lots of random noise and things that I cannot control. But anyway, welcome back to another 1 minute Bat History. This one I wanted to do for a long time because it has been requested on Instagram or for my podcast for literal years. And of course I've talked about it in small doses, but I've never done like a deep dive into this series. So I thought, why not give everyone something no one asked for? Make it even more condensed and try to explain Batman No Man's Land in under 1 minute. But of course afterwards I will briefly discuss why Batman No Man's Land is an essential for any Batman fan to read and why it is important to our character's mythology. Before we jump in, as always, why don't you subscribe to this channel and become a part of this wonderful Gothamite community. Alright, ready, set, go! Massive 7.6 earthquake wrecks Gotham City. The United States was like, deuces. Declares Gotham a no man's land. Cuts off aid and means to enter and leave the city. Justice League won't help. Thanks guys. Bruce Wayne leaves for 100 days to try to ask the US government for help. But that means Batman is gone for 100 days. Riots in the streets. Gotham's in shambles. Money is worth nothing. Villains thrive. Penguin has major control of outside resources. Actually tapped by Lex Luthor for help to eventually rebuild. Bane's Lex's bodyguard. Two-Face is a warlord. Poison Ivy protects kids in Robinson Park. Crazy Joker is crazy and kills Commissioner Gordon's wife, Sarah Essen. During all this, Helena, aka Huntress, is both Batgirl and Batman until Bruce returns, so she becomes Huntress again. Cassandra Cain is the new Batgirl. Oracle is boss. Probably the only Bat ally to have outside resources. In the end, Lex's very shady connections and actions reluctantly resulted in the rebuilding of Gotham City, which is welcome back into the United States. End of saga. So, why is 1999's Batman No Man's Land an essential read for Batman fans? We're introduced to Cassandra Cain, who was introduced in the pages of Legends of the Dark Knight and becomes the new Batgirl with Oracle's blessing. Cassandra, who went from Batgirl to Black Bat to Orphan, who's now in the DC Rebirth comics, is one of the best martial artists within the entire DC universe. And she's gonna have her big screen debut in the DCEU film Birds of Prey. But speaking of Birds of Prey, which is a Harley Quinn-centric film within the cinematic universe, No Man's Land introduces the character of Harley Quinn into the mainstream Batman comic book canon in Paul Dini's book, Batman Harley Quinn. This Alex Ross cover is just simply iconic. You know what this is. You've seen it everywhere. And Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are officially BFFs in both animation and comic books. It is also reestablished that Lex Luthor is actually trash because his goodwill to restore Gotham City revealed to be just a huge illegal scheme to obtain property throughout Gotham. And in the end, Batman really wasn't having it. But it didn't matter because this crookedness and him rebuilding Gotham made him the elected president of the United States within the DC universe because he brought Gotham back from the abyss. Politics are shady both in fiction and reality. We also see the effects that No Man's Land had on many different types of relationships within the mythology. Commissioner Gordon developing a little bit more distrust for Batman after he seemingly abandoned Gotham for several months. We also see struggles and dynamic within the actual Batman family. And interestingly enough, Two-Face and Detective Renee Montoya develop an on-again, off-again romantic relationship, which unfortunately blows up in Montoya's face in several following arcs, including in the publication Gotham Central, which I definitely recommend. It is a fantastic book that focuses on the point of view of the detectives of the Gotham City Police Department and their view of working in Gotham City and alongside the Batman. But I digress. Now, Batman No Man's Land is a lengthy read. It all kind of culminates in 1998's book Cataclysm, which is the arc that details the massive earthquake that hit Gotham City. But No Man's Land, which ran from January to December of 1999, so literally the entire year of 1999, it crossed over so many Batman-related books. There's Batman, Detective Comics, Legends of the Dark Knight, Shadow of the Bat, Azrael, Catwoman, Nightwing, Robin, and then a few singular issues of JLA, Young Justice, and Batman Chronicles. I think those are all the books that crossed over within this. If not, I'm sorry. It's just off the top of my head. But I said all that to say, because it is such a detailed story, it literally involves most, if not all, of Batman's mythology, from allies to villains to landmarks. Just everything involving Batman was all in this one epic story. It's not only a great arc to look at the Batman comics within this era of the late 1990s, but it's also a great Batman story to see how him and the Bat family work through crisis to try to keep order in their city that's way more chaotic and destructive than just a regular Tuesday in Gotham. And a bonus, if you are a fan of Batman-centric films and TV, Batman No Man's Land has influenced so much of that media, especially Christopher Nolan's 2012 film, The Dark Knight Rises. And while you can see those influences in other media like video games and TV, I do recommend trying to read Batman No Man's Land, because there's nothing better than reading the actual comic and getting the massive scope that is this epic saga. Now, if you do want to read Batman No Man's Land, DC Comics has put out a 4-volume set that has the complete series of this entire story. And also, Greg Rucka penned the novelization of Batman No Man's Land in the early 2000s, which is actually a really great read, and it focuses on Huntress and Cassandra Cain's time within this No Man's Land, and of course, all of the other characters play a role within the book. But to put it simply, if you are a fan of Batman's history like I am, 1999's Batman No Man's Land is definitely a story that you should have within your Batman collection. Thank you guys so much for watching this 1-minute Bat history about Batman No Man's Land, and I hope you learned a little bit more about this iconic series all about the Caped Crusader and his home. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a bat thumbs up. My shirt of the day, which is a pretty classic Batman black t-shirt, is courtesy of my friends at Hot Topic. You can't have enough of these classic Batman yellow emblem shirts in your collection. Trust me, I literally have about 4 of these. Even though this shirt is actually a little bit lighter material, and considering it has been crazy hot here, I appreciate that. I'll link this shirt in the description below if you want to pick up this classic Batman tee from Hot Topic's online store. Like I've said in past videos, and I'm sure on Instagram and my other social media, my go-to place to pick up awesome Batman and DC Comics t-shirts and merch has been Hot Topic for years, and they have built up my wardrobe extensively, and I absolutely love it. I suggest you check out Hot Topic's online store for Batman stuff and everything pop culture. And of course, I want to say thank you to Hot Topic for sending me awesome shirts like these so I can just be my nerdy self every day. Also, since Teen Titans Go to the Movies is out on July 27th, I reviewed the complete first season of the Cartoon Network show Teen Titans Go on Blu-ray, courtesy of Warner Brothers Archives. So I will link that review in the description below, and you should check it out and possibly pick up the Blu-ray for yourself. As always, my social media is linked in the description, so give it a follow and become a Gothamite. Check out my reviews on Comicosity, and as always, please subscribe to this channel. It would be so great if you became a part of this Batman community. Thank you so much for watching, and we will have more History of Batman soon, right here on YouTube. Remember, Gothamites, it's all about peace, love, and Batman. Bye.